Welcome back to Beyond the Book. I'm your host, JoAnn Dickinson. I am excited to share in this part 2 mini-series, The Challenges of Writing Secrets of Hawthorne Manor. Here's my book. This was completely new territory for me, and I had to learn how to pace a mystery with short chapters, build suspense, and create cliffhangers to keep the readers turning the page. If you stay with me to the end, I'll share a special reading from one of my favorite chapters when Jack meets his grandfather for the very first time. It still gives me chills. It truly does. I can't wait to share that with you. One of the first challenges I faced was learning how chapters should be for a middle grade reader. Kids in this age group needs chapters to move quickly, but they also crave suspense. I had to strike a balance, just enough detail to immerse them in the setting, but always ending on a moment that made them want to keep reading more. That's where the cliffhangers became my best tool. I realized that if I could end each chapter with a puzzle, a sound, a shadowy discovery, it would pull readers into the story and want to turn the page. But it wasn't just about the scares. I also had to balance a spooky atmosphere with humor and friendship. That was important to me, that I gave a really good balance, not just a spooky, scary book that would give kids nightmares, but humor, friendship, and a legacy. It ended up being Jack's legacy of his family. And history was important to me, family history. I don't know my family back to the 1800s, and I just thought that was such a special moment for this book. Ethan's jokes, Violet's cautious observation, Oliver and Olivia's sibling dynamic, and Jack's determination all work together to keep tension layered. It's the layers on top of layers between the family, between the friends, between the relationships, the human friendship, and the ghost friendships that were made in this house, and all the discoveries. I love the layers of all the different discoveries. I actually learned something about myself. I never knew I had the capability of writing a story like this. Another decision I had to make, I am sure other authors have this same challenge. I wasn't sure what size to make the book. There's 5x7, 6x9. KDP is who originally printed this book for me. You upload it into Amazon, and those are your choices, 5x7 or 6x9. I actually went to my granddaughter's personal library, pulled out some of her books, measured all of them width and length. I opened up the book. I wanted to see what it was like to actually have kids read the book. The spacing is different. I think it's about 1.5. Font is between 14 and 15 points. So all these little details that you've got to learn, and it's so confusing. Which one's better? What I learned, it really is personal preference. And so you just have to decide what you're comfortable with and even ask kids what they feel comfortable with. Of course, what's a haunted house mystery without some spine-tingling moments? There's the scene where Violet and Olivia meet the ghost sisters. That's one of my favorite scenes, is when they meet the ghost sisters for the very first time. Strange carvings appear on walls. The piano begins to play on its own, echoing through the hallways. And when the friends enter the library, Violet finds the first glowing coin, setting the perfect eerie mood. I kept layering in mysteries, maps tucked away, keys that unlocked hidden boxes and hidden doors, secret boxes containing strange treasures, pulsing coins, jade stones, and even a chalice that helped lift a curse. Each layer built suspense, hinting at more secrets within the manor. One of my favorite chapters that still gives me chills every time I read it is chapter 6. This is where Jack meets his ghostly grandfather for the very first time. His grandfather appears not to frighten him, but to guide him. I wanted to bring his grandfather back, and you're going to learn about how these ghosts come into the story, what's their purpose, why are they there? But Jack's grandfather came back because he knew that Jack entered the house and he wanted to help him. He helps Jack and his friends search for clues in the manor and explains why he returned to make sure Jack could continue his legacy. And of course, the book ends on a cliffhanger. The kids discover the guardian stone hidden away in one of the secret boxes. Now, this is something that wasn't until the very end. I didn't know if I was going to close this book and have one and done, or if I was going to have a series. I always thought I wanted to have a series, but I kept thinking, how am I going to end this book? And I've always heard that you're not supposed to end chapter books or kids' books with a cliffhanger. And I thought, but why not? Why not have the cliffhanger and wanting the kids that they can't wait for the next book and the next discovery that's going to happen? And of course, the book ends on a cliffhanger. The kids discover the guardian stone hidden away. It's glowing and mysterious, but Jack's left wondering, what is its purpose? Well, I can't say too much. I want to tell you so much more what is connected to this guardian stone, but I'm not going to do that. I just can tell you that it gave me an ending and then it gave me the next book. And I just can't wait for you to read it. You're going to love it. Your kids are going to love it. And it's a good, clean book. It's not something that the parent has to read prior to giving it to the kids, wondering what's in it. My daughter tells me about that because my granddaughter reads a couple years in advance, but she's got to read those books first to see if it is acceptable. This book ages probably for a good reader, 8 years old, first chapter book, or up to 13. And it's a good, clean, fun book that gives the kids enough mystery to want to keep turning the pages. Now, that guardian stone, they don't know what it means just yet, but they know the adventure is far from over. I want to share with you one of my favorite chapters. A sharp creak sounded from the hallway, and the boys froze. Their flashlights darted towards the doorway as the oppressive silence returned. We're not alone down here, Oliver whispered. At that moment, a ghostly figure appeared before them. He was an older man with kind eyes and a gentle smile. His form shimmered faintly in the dim light. Hello, Jack. There's the chills. Hello, Jack, the ghost greeted softly. Jack spun around. His face lit up with excitement. Granddad, is that really you? Are you here to help us? The ghost, who was dressed in a brown plaid shirt, blue jeans, and hiking boots, just as Jack remembered, nodded warmly. Yes, Jack, it's really me. He confirmed, his voice gently, yet filled with pride. I'm not going to go any further. I can't wait for you to read it and your kids to read it. I know they're going to love it. Writing this book stretched me far beyond I ever imagined as an author. It taught me how to build suspense, weave in clues, and leave readers eager for the next clue. Secrets of Hawthorne Manor became more than just a spooky story. It became a layered mystery about legacy, family, and courage. And the best part, I'm not done yet. I can't wait to finish the next book. Now, I started it and I'm about a third to halfway through it. Got a little bit of what I would call a writer's block. Maybe not a writer's block. I'm just not sure which direction I want to take it. So that's always our challenge as writers. Do we stay down the same path as the first book and the same feel? Or do we get a little deeper and a little different mystery that may turn a corner. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with that, but I guarantee it's going to be just as good as the first book. The Guardian Stone ensures the adventure will continue to the next book. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any episode because I have more to come. See you soon.